Welcome everyone to this review of SmackDown, the episode of June 2nd. I hope you're all doing well. We are celebrating the 1000th day of Roman Reigns' reign, and the Money in the Bank qualifications continue. The show begins with a video clip that showcases the 1000 days of Roman Reigns' Universal Championship reign, narrated by Paul Heyman. Then we find Austin Theory in the ring for a promo. He knows that tonight is the celebration for Roman Reigns, but he proclaims himself as the greatest United States champion of all time. He hopes to have the right to a celebration of his own for 1,000 days, or maybe even 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. He is 25 years old and believes he is capable of achieving such a feat. Theory brings out Pretty Deadly, who helped him last week against Sheamus, but the Brawling Brutes enter after them for the ensuing 3-on-3 match. We had a solid match between the Brawling Brutes and the potential new alliance of Austin Theory and Pretty Deadly. The crowd was strongly supportive of Sheamus, who is currently one of the most popular wrestlers in WWE. In the closing moments of the match, Pretty Deadly executed their spilled milk move on Ridge Holland, followed by Austin Theory tagging in and pinning Ridge Holland for the win. In the backstage area, Paul Heyman is with Solo Sikoa and tells him that it must be special for Roman Reigns, especially after what happened at Night of Champions. He wants it to be special, and he knows Sikoa wants the same thing. Heyman says he will talk to Adam Pearce to ensure that everything goes smoothly. Next up is the OC, Luke Gallows and Karl Anderson versus Hit Row. Recently, it was reported that WWE was unsure how to utilize the OC during AJ Styles' injury. Now that Styles is back, the OC is back as well. As expected, Luke Gallows and Karl Anderson emerged victorious by executing their magic killer on Ashante Adonis. Top Dolla retaliated by attacking the OC, but he was swiftly subdued by AJ Styles and his phenomenal forearm. It's time for the Grayson Waller effect, as the wrestler asks us to welcome Asuka as she enters the ring. We see a replay of her victory against Bianca Belair at Night of Champions. Asuka speaks in Japanese, and then Waller mentions that she won the match with her mist. Io Sky makes her entrance to engage in a dispute with Asuka in Japanese. Grayson Waller attempts to calm both wrestlers, but then Bayley, Shotzi, Lacey Evans, and Zelina Vega make their entrances. The wrestlers exchange some words in the ring while Asuka is on the stage, proclaiming that nobody is ready for Asuka. However, Bianca Belair attacks her from behind. Officials then arrive to separate them. I think Bianca Belair will demand her rematch for the title, maybe at Money in the Bank. Next up is the first Women's Money in the Bank qualifier match. It's a relatively quick match, and towards the end, Zelina Vega executes her Code Red move on Lacey Evans, followed by the pinfall for the victory. Next up is another Money in the Bank qualifying match, but this time for the men's division. It features Montez Ford against LA Knight. I would have liked to see both of these wrestlers in the match for the briefcase, but WWE had other plans. It's a good match with each wrestler having their moments. It's worth noting that despite being a heel, LA Knight is genuinely appreciated by the fans. Towards the end of the match, LA Knight manages to avoid Montez Ford's frog splash, and Ford counters with a reversal of LA Knight's BFT. Ford attempts a roll-up, but LA Knight quickly turns it around, leveraging the ropes for leverage and securing the victory. The evening concludes with the celebration of Roman Reigns' 1000-day reign as WWE Universal Champion. Triple H is the first to make his entrance, and there is a belt hidden under a cloth on the ring. He welcomes the champion after delivering a speech about the impact Reigns has had and will continue to have on the history of professional wrestling. He congratulates Reigns for accomplishing something that hasn't been done in 40 years and presents him with the new belt. The new belt resembles the design of the WWE Championship, but with a gold-colored background. Roman Reigns is no longer carrying two belts. This one is now the official WWE Universal Championship. Roman Reigns takes the microphone, delivers his usual catchphrase, but as expected, the Usos make their entrance. Jimmy Uso confronts Roman Reigns, who asks Jey Uso to deliver a superkick to Jimmy, but Jey refuses. Reigns believes that Jimmy Uso needs to be put back on the right path, and the only way to do that is for Jey to hit him with a superkick. Still, Jey does nothing. Jimmy Uso retorts that it's Roman Reigns who needs to be put back on the right path. He continues, saying that Roman Reigns hasn't been a good brother. What kind of brother beats up his own family? He asks. He believes that Roman Reigns has gone mad and states that he will protect his brothers and also Solo Sikoa, warning him that Reigns won't hesitate to betray him when the time comes. Roman Reigns then wants to hear from Solo Sikoa about his thoughts on the situation. Uncharacteristically, Sikoa speaks up and acknowledges Reigns as his tribal chief, but the Usos are his brothers. Sikoa aligns himself with the Usos. Jimmy Uso takes the microphone again and asks Roman Reigns what he intends to do, whether he plans to remain alone. He tells him that it's not too late to turn back, regain his senses, come back and dominate together. "Are we still a family?" he asks. Reigns embraces him and simply says, "No." He shoves him, and Solo Sikoa delivers his Samoan spike on Jimmy Uso. The tide has turned once again. Then Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and Paul Heyman leave the ring, leaving the Usos alone. Paul Heyman can be heard asking Roman Reigns what they plan to do with Jey Uso. Jey Uso will do what he always does, align himself, Reigns responds. And that's how the show ends. Another great episode of SmackDown, highlighted by an excellent opening match and an especially outstanding final segment. The storyline of the Bloodline continues to captivate audiences and is arguably one of the best ongoing storylines in WWE currently. What do you think? Did you enjoy this SmackDown? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching this video, and take care.